Sip Premchandji, Sip Sarala, Sip Yogini, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Manisha, Sip iPhone, Sip Nichani, Sip Krishna, Sip Komal, Sip Bala. And there are many other newcomers who I can see joining the call. Welcome to all. Today is a beginner session, so it's a session to ask what sometimes some of you call silly questions. Although I believe there is no silly question, right? And when I look at people struggling, listening to Swamis, for example, when you listen to somebody who is giving you conflicting views, how people struggle to understand the reality of life. Today, I was speaking to some very intelligent CEOs, chairman of big, big companies. Don't understand. They don't understand what is the meaning of life, what is the meaning of death. Until you start asking questions, I will tell you a small story. I met somebody today who said, I want to tell a story. We were four, five people having a discussion. And he said, 15 years back, somebody told me that I am wasting my life running after business and money and business and money. And after 15 years, I have realized that what a fool I have wasted my life. And then he pointed at me and said, this is the man. He spoke to me 15 years back. 15 years back, I told that man, my dear friend, you are just running and running and running. You want more money and more business and more name, and ultimately what? And today he's telling, after 15 years, he says, I have wasted my 15 years. So having said that, let us start with Ahimsip and Sarla and ask any question today. Today is an open session. Ask any question.
Shivoham, yes. Shivoham Guruji and all others on the call. Guruji, mind appears because of thoughts and ego's existence is because of mind. But is ego stronger than mind? Because I think it's more difficult to overcome ego and the hurt, jealousy, etc. created because of ego as compared to the sadness given by mind.
First, please try to understand the mind and the ego both don't exist. They appear to exist.
Yes.
So as they appear, they are two separate entities. Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts.
Yeah.
And the ego, that is I. So who takes rebirth? Me, the mind and ego, which means an identity which is a bunch of thoughts, comes alive in a body. In reality, there is no mind and ego. But wo jo shakhs hai, that ME, therefore it becomes the me. I call the mind, because the mind and ego actually hai hi nahi na. वो है ही नहीं. So please have that understanding clearly. But that ignorant entity, what is in the scriptures is called the subtle body or the sukshma sharir. It is the mind, the ego, the memory, and the intellect. It is a subtle aspect of our existence. Now, you're asking who is more powerful. Is that your question? Mind is more powerful or ego is more powerful?
Yes.
Both are rascals. Both, see, try to understand. And this question has not been able to be answered by even the greatest philosophers in this world. I don't know who it was. I think it's called Descartes. Descartes, he says, because I think, I am. And another philosopher says, because I am, I think. Try to get both the points. Now, the point is it hardly matters because neither I am nor I think. Avidya ke karan, this mind and ego comes alive in a body. Both are rotten. What is mind? It is rotten thoughts. What is ego? It is rotten existence. Both are rotten. I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Trying to understand mind pehle aaya, ego pehle aaya, kaun zyada powerful, matlab nahi na. Dono bakwas. Both are the biggest rascals in life. Now tell me what is your question after I have given this input to you.
Because the, hatred, jealousy, etc., which is created due to ego, is more difficult to erase or overcome. It haunts you for very long.
So who is this creating
Mind,
anger, hate, revenge, and jealousy? Who's creating anger, hate, revenge, and
ego,
jealousy?
ego.
Ego. But if the ego did not have mind, if there were no thoughts, do you think there would be anger, hate, revenge, and jealousy?
No, because the moment you try to subdue it, mind comes and it says no, no, no.
अगर
Yeah.
mind हमसे just think, अगर mind है ही नहीं तो क्या है
Thoughts.
ना? अगर mind है ही नहीं तो क्या है?
तो बस मैं परमात्मा.
नहीं. When there is no mind, when you're state of thoughtlessness, then what happens?
Consciousness.
Good. In consciousness, can the ego exist?
No.
खत्म हो गया ना?
बट वो माइंड जंप करके कॉन्शियसनेस में रहने नहीं देता ना.
So but try to see, therefore, when you are in consciousness, both mind and ego both will disappear. Because both, it is just like saying, himself, कि जब मैं चल रही हूँ ना, जब मैं चल रही हूँ, मेरा लेफ्ट लेग एंड राइट लेग का दो शैडो आ रहा है. मैं लेफ्ट लेग का भी शैडो आ रहा है, राइट लेग का भी शैडो आ रहा है. लेकिन अगर पीछे से लाइट ही ऑफ कर दिया तो कौन सा शैडो आएगा? दोनों शैडो गुम हो जाएंगे ना. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
We are not, don't try to break your head into trying to compare mind and ego. Focus on being in consciousness. The mind and ego both will disappear. I hope you got what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, the mind and ego is telling you again, नहीं, लेकिन ये कौन पर ये
I
कौन
know.
पर? हाँ.
हाँ.
नहीं, बोले मुझे आप दोनों से मेरा कोई लेन देन ही नहीं है. I don't want to discuss with you, rascals.
Daddy.
Okay, daddy. Bye, daddy. Sarla and Tina. Sarla, unmute. Sarla, we can't hear you.
Sorry.
How are you?
Unmuted.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, AiR and everyone.
Good
After
evening.
death, after death, soul, Jivatma will go to new body as soon as leaving the old body, or means Jivatma merge with the Paramatma, or will it be in the existence? That is my question.
Okay, so listen carefully. What is the breakup of the Jeev Atma?
Breakup of body, mind, and ego, soul, they separate.
Yeah, beautiful. So body is one, mind
Yeah.
and ego, me, is the second,
Yeah.
and
Then,
soul is the third. How many elements are there?
yeah, 3 elements are there.
Like the computer, hardware, software, power supply. Like that, there is gross body, there is software of the mind and ego, and the soul power supply. All right?
Yeah.
You're clear about this?
Yeah.
Now, who dies?
Body.
Body
Yeah.
only.
Full,
Only body. Only body will die.
Yeah.
When the body dies, the body will lose its soul. Soul leaves the body.
Yeah.
So then, now, who is reborn?
Mind and ego.
Correct. So what is your question now?
Means that Jivatma is there, no? As soon as that leaves the body, old body, will it go to directly, means as soon as it leaves the old body, it goes to new body, or it
Who
goes
goes?
back to Paramatma?
Who I explained just now to you. Who goes to Paramatma when the Jivatma dies?
Soul, yeah, Jivatma.
Atma goes to Paramatma.
Okay.
The body becomes ashes.
Ashes, yeah.
Who is reborn?
Mind and ego.
The moment you are gone, in the same moment you are reborn.
So new body will get new Jivatma from the Paramatma.
You're
Means
using wrong terms. Jeev Atma will stop. The moment the body dies, there is no Jeev Atma.
then new body gets the soul, no? That comes from
First you get clear. When the Jivatma dies, that means when the soul leaves the Jivatma, there is no Jivatma. Only Jeev is there. Atma is gone.
Okay.
In the Jeev, the body will be burnt or buried. It will become ashes.
Yes. Yeah.
The mind and ego will, when it's born, is it born in a ready-made body?
No.
Where
Ag-
what happens?
Again, body comes, then
Body
soul.
comes later on. Body comes later on.
Okay.
That mind and ego will come into a woman's womb. In the woman's womb, when two cells are fertilized, in that moment, the mind and ego will enter because of a fresh Atma. A new Atma will give life.
Okay. That is my doubt. New Atma. New Atma. Okay. Okay.
Because one old Atma got merged with Paramatma.
Paramatma. Yeah. Yeah.
To understand, when the wave is splashing on the beach, then what happens to the wave?
Again merges with the ocean.
Then the same wave will come back, or what? Will the same wave will come back?
No, no, new. Okay, okay, got it, got it. With this example.
Clear? Not you must be very clear about it.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And the body, when the mind and ego is born in the mother's womb, then where is the body?
Yeah, again, it creates, means it will
It
be created.
creates. It is not there.
Yeah.
After the mind and ego is conceived 9 months before, then slowly body is
That
created.
body goes up. Yeah, yeah. Then one more thing, Pirlu is there, no? P stands for purification. What to purify here, soul or mind and ego? What to purify and how to purify?
Soul is already pure. Soul does not need any purification.
So we have to pure our mind and ego.
The Jivatma, which is the mind and ego, and in the body. Mind and ego cannot exist without the body.
Okay.
The Jivatma has to be purified. Out of which the Jivatma, Atma does not need to purify, but Atma is giving life to the Jiva.
Okay, okay.
Only body purification is no use.
So Jivatma means total body, mind and ego and soul.
Correct.
So total
Correct.
3 parts have to be purified.
Without 3 parts, the person is not existing,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
Sarla.
Okay, okay. So how to purify this? Through a realization or
Through investigation, through overcoming avidya, through the help of a guru, through the help of reading Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, through the help of learning what is the truth of life.
okay, okay. Then one more thing about Osho. I love Osho. I had read,
I also love Osho.
I read many books of Osho. First, my guru Ramana Maharshi Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. After those two, Osho is my guru.
Yesterday, I had a 2 hours meeting with Ma Sheila. You know, Osho. Yesterday, I was having 2 hours meeting. She was with Osho for 14 years. Tell me what you want to ask
I
about
read
Osho.
about that. Then I had seen one this thing also in Netflix. Many
Right.
controversies, and he is the guru of controversies and spiritual and all. He is the combination of all. Then actually, was he a psychologist or spiritual guru? That is my this thing.
Actually, in my eyes, he was a brilliant man.
Yeah,
He was
that I agree.
brilliant. He was a brilliant man who realized many truths of life. And while he realized many truths of life, and he became he was born as Chandramohan. I'm going to give the lecture on next Friday. I'm going to be talking of Osho for half an hour next Friday. Okay, but he according to the conversation I had, and which I always thought, from instead of living in yoga, he got caught in bhoga.
Yeah. Yeah, he
So
enjoyed materialistic life also, no? Both how he balanced it. That is my this thing doubt.
you cannot, Sarla, you
Hmm.
cannot balance. You
Then he
cannot go.
enjoyed
You cannot.
everything of life, no? He
What?
enjoyed everything of life, no? Even sex, money, power,
But
everything he
that's why
enjoyed. Mm.
he lost the real essence of it now. How can if that was the case, then he should have become like a Ramakrishna Paramahansa or Ramana Maharishi.
Yeah, total. Both are contrast, no? Both that guru
You-
and this guru. Mm.
So there is a lot of, according to me, I always used to tell in this call,
Yeah, yeah.
Rajneesh was a very brilliant man. He had lot very good orator, but
Yeah.
but I also believe that he has, I don't know how much enlightenment, but he has got that his speeches reveal enlightenment. But
Yeah.
then after that he has lost that awakening.
But anyway, his preaches helps people a lot.
Yeah. But
Psychology.
no,
He always
sir,
teaches about
no.
meditation.
Wait.
Mm.
Suppose somebody is following Rajneesh
Mm.
Osho and listening to his good lecture, it's fine. Suppose they are listening, they are following him and running after Rolls Royce and Rolex watch and free sex, then how can they be enlightened? How can they be liberated?
You can add drugs also.
He was highly into drugs.
Yeah.
Then do you believe this is the right combination for enlightenment?
So I think drugs is the shortest way for realization.
No. Drugs is the
Sometimes
most,
temporary.
but that's not what we want, Sarla. We don't want temporary, no, Sarla.
Yeah, permanent that bliss.
Then all these yogis who are living in the mountains and they're taking drugs, bhang, and all these things. You think they're really enlightened?
No,
No,
in that
no.
Chardham Yatra, we see that in that.
No. They are not the right people to follow. Sorry to say, they are all wrong
No,
people to follow.
I agree that's what I'm telling. Only temporary that is that bliss.
There's no Sarla, there is no temporary. That is temporary ecstasy.
Yeah,
Temporary. That is, I can even have 1 liter of whiskey and get that same feeling.
yeah. For some hours, will be in different this thing.
That is not the person who is enlightened without drugs and alcohol experiences Ananda.
Okay. That's what they addicted to.
Yeah.
drugs
So
and
these
all.
people who are the so-called yogis who talk of taking drugs and talk of taking all this is not, this is not the right way.
Yeah, anyway, Osho taught meditation also in different ways.
So that part is good, but even that part is controversial
Okay. Anyway,
because
I love him.
that
I love his teachings. His
no. So I am not. Am I telling his teachings are
But
bad?
just I'm sharing my this thing.
No. So what I'm telling, please follow his teachings with a filter.
Yeah, he also says you use your intellect, you use your intelligence.
So yes,
Don't
I am agreeing. I am the first person to say Osho is an enlightened person. I am completely agreeing. Osho is enlightened. But after being enlightened, did he become Satchidanand Atma? I don't think so. Because
Okay.
after becoming enlightened, he came back into bhoga.
Yeah, I
But
always think.
more of Osho on next Friday, because I don't want to lose the fun of discussion. Next Friday is Osho Day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Don't
Then
forget to be
I
there.
always want to meet Sheila. I always think I want to meet her once. Let us see.
You can meet her. She's a very humble and nice lady. Very
Yeah.
nice lady. You can
Yeah.
meet her.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Tina Bala Rekha Parvani.
Sure, Guruji. My question is how to see the devil as divine.
How to see the devil as divine? By realizing there is no devil. By realizing by realizing that one who we think is a devil in reality is not a devil. The one we are thinking is the devil is actually a divine, and the divine is appearing to be a devil because of the way they behave, and it is our wrong interpretation. We should not look at the devil. We have to look only at the divine. So when somebody is appearing to be a devil, we are looking at the skin. But we are not looking at the divine that is within. We have to look at the divine that is within. Are you getting my point?
Yes, Guruji.
If you only look at the appearance on the outside and you think this is the devil, then you have failed. We should not think like that. All right.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay. Who's going next? We have got Bala.
Guruji, my question was when there is a last moment, that day you were saying na कि some बहुत बड़े संत है, उन्होंने food छोड़ दिया, ये छोड़ दिया. तो गुरुजी, what is the right way कि when you are near the death, how can you, what we say, आप उसको कैसे ये कर सकते हैं गुरुजी? मतलब अभी हम, मतलब जो हमारे में है, आसक्ति छोड़ दो, अन्न पर की आसक्ति छोड़ दो, ये छोड़ दो.
No,
Then how
Bala,
can we...
please be clear in your question ना. आप कभी कभी बोलते तो लोगों को कुछ समझ में नहीं. Be clear. आपका question क्या है?
गुरुजी, 4 दिन पहले जो वो विद्यासागर गुरुजी का चल रहा था, जो
बोलो.
वो चल रहा था कि मतलब हमारे में भी ऐसा ही है गुरुजी. एट द एंड those days we leave food, everything we leave गुरुजी.
So question, give me your question. What's the question?
Question यही है कि what is the right way गुरुजी to leave the body?
क्या हमारे को choice है क्या? मुझे choice है, मैं body को छोड़ूंगा. I will leave the body when the moon is shining. चंदा आसमां में beautiful when the sun set at that time. ऐसा है क्या वाला?
नहीं गुरुजी, जब there is a suffering in the body, body is
You
not
have
accepting.
you have no option of leaving the body. The body will leave you. You cannot leave the body.
तो गुरुजी कैसा रहना चाहिए उस समय? What should be the तो कैसा होना चाहिए वो समय फिर?
Be ready to leave the body in this moment. Be the Atma. Realize I am the Atma. Body will drop. When the body has to drop dead, it will drop dead. Let it be dead. What's your problem?
तो बोलते जैसे तुम खाओगे उसमें ही तुम्हारा जीव अटक जाएगा. गुरुजी, I don't know, मतलब
आप बहुत ज्यादा मत सुनो. आप बात बहुत ज्यादा सुनेंगे ना तो ये आप पूरे धूम का लोग भी पागल हो जाएंगे. जैसे तुम खाएगी, जैसे तुम पियोगी, जैसे तुम नाचोगी, कुछ नहीं होगा. You please be clear. सिंपल बात को कॉम्प्लिकेट मत करो. कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बात को सिंपल करो. You can, I'm giving you 10 crore rupees. Leave the body now. छोड़ो अभी.
No, how is it possible?
Then why are you asking me the question? कोई नहीं कर सकता है. Are you clear? कोई नहीं कर सकता है.
बचपन से यही देखते आए ना गुरुजी. That's why it is not what
बचपन से लोग ने हमें उल्लू बनाया. अभी उल्लू बनना बंद करो. रेखा परवानी.
Okay गुरुजी.
Be enlightened. Use your buddhi. Rekha Parvani.
Shivohamer.
You know, 1 minute, Rekha. You know, please don't forget your question, Rekha. You know,
Yes.
the problem, my dear friends, a lot of people tell a lot of things. So what to listen? Who to believe? Use your buddhi. Use your intellect. Even when I tell you something, should you listen to me blindly? Don't listen to me also. I tell you, do not listen to me blindly. I am saying when I am telling something, you have to introspect. What is I telling? Is it right? Is it wrong? Then, when you are in that state, what is right, wrong, then only you contemplate what is right, what is wrong. Don't just like that follow. Now, after all, we have been blessed. We have got intelligence. We can know what is black, what is white, what is wrong, what is right. We must be very much in consciousness to realize the truth. Rekha Parvani.
Shivohamer.
Sure.
Today I could let go of everything, my anger, and even it was like the moment was I realized that realization I'm not the body, mind, and ego. Today I had experienced it. So once I didn't do RDX, I accepted everything and I could explain to them, and I was very happy that I could calm them down also. Like my
that is Okay, very good. But that is not enough if it happens on one moment.
No, not one moment. This is helping me. All these realizations, I am going towards spirituality, my goal. Like it has helped me a lot today. This realizations, and that is everything what is happening is Maya, Mithya, and drama. All that I could really accept today. It was very good. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
this.
So as I told
Yeah.
you, even today I was in a conversation with many people, and
Mhm.
administrator, we have 13 minutes more for questions if anybody wants. We are going to shut questions at 8:40. So even today, I was talking to many people, many big chairmen, CEOs of big companies. We had a meeting,
Mm.
and
Mm.
in this meeting, you know what I realized? It's such a surprising thing. People who are running a company of 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores, 5,000 crores, these type of people,
Mm.
they don't know the meaning of God.
Mhm.
They don't know the meaning of karma.
Mm.
They are asking why God does like this, why God did like that, why God gave problem. People who are running companies of thousands of crores of business, they don't understand who is God, where is God, what is God. They don't have any clue. They don't have any idea at all. So I'm just telling all of you,
Like
you,
like
huh?
before air, I would have clarified myself. I would have said not accepted what anybody's telling me. It was like I just let go of everything. So it was
So
very
good.
peace,
Okay, I'm
happiness.
happy, but as I told you, you need to be in that. You need to be in
It
that state of
always.
consciousness. Yeah,
Yes, I
Krishna.
will say
Thank you,
that. Thank
Krishna.
you.
Thank you. Please don't attack the questions at the last minute. I'm requesting you all. Please ask questions before time runs out. Krishna.
Sir, Shwam sir, I want a guidance on certain things. Like we have been hearing so much and बहुत सारा clarity हो जाता है. And one moment I get a wow feeling, oh, I realize this. And suddenly there are many days I feel disappointed in the sense, for example, after a Friday session, the acronyms you give are so beautiful, so nice. But I know you have always said, unless you realize, you don't require to memorize if you realize it. I know the root problem is I've not realized. But for example, the spiritual or the mumukshatva and all that, but it is suddenly, the use of acronym, we are unable to use acronym in the sincerity or in the way which you give to us.
I also
So
don't know many. I also don't know many acronyms.
हम कहाँ falter हो रहे हैं sir, or how to use this correctly? These tools which you give us, how are we to use this?
So, for example, you like acronyms. You think it is very helpful, correct? So you have one. You just keep one notebook of acronyms, one small notebook, and whenever you're free, remember how do you memorize something? If you repeat something, they say some 21 times a day. And if you do it 21 days, the rest of your life, you can't forget it.
No, sir, my question is, I do remember. It's not that I completely become blank. For example, mumukshatva in your spiritual evolution is one of the first stages, right? Yes, seeking. So कभी कभी मुझे after going through mumukshatva, मुझे लगता है कि seeking में आपने सब कुछ उसमें डाला है, union with the sip and making sip a priority. मतलब it from हमको लगता है कि हम we are in a primary class 11 and already it is the ultimate, right? When if you have to follow everything. So somewhere I'm thinking ki, am I not understanding properly or am I not following you properly, or how to use this acronyms which you give us?
The mind is coming in between and bringing all these feelings.
Yes, yes.
Only
But
the
then
mind. Because Krishna, as I'm talking to you now, just tell me, the first step is mumukshutva. We must have that love and longing.
yes, yes,
Then what you must have after mumukshutva?
jigyasa.
So when you have mumukshutva is the love and longing, jigyasa is the curiosity and thirst for knowledge. When these two things come, what do we get?
Gyan.
We get gyan, we become a jnani. The jnani must live as a
Yogi.
yogi. We don't need these things, we don't need to memorize because
No,
these become
These are beautiful, sir. That we don't have to, because आप keep on and your bhajan is there. But मुझे mumukshatva, when I see mumukshatva means everything आपने उसमें डाल दिया ना. I'm telling
yeah,
you
but
an
don't need to. but don't need to memorize every acronym. See, let me tell you, some acronyms are very easy to memorize. For example, happy, HAPPY, very easy.
Yeah.
Mind, MIND, very easy. Try to magic. We all know magic. So many times we've done magic. Pirlu, we all know Pirlu. So some things are not easy. For example, if I did spiritual, mumukshutva, every okay, what is the love? What is the acronym for love? You know?
Huh.
Ah, what?
What is it? It is
So this now I'm saying
Oh,
when you
yes.
say when you
Uh,
say to, when you tell it to somebody 4 or 5 times, your friends, then you will not forget. It is longing of the soul, which is very passionate and gives an ecstasy of joy. Now, am I memorizing it? No.
It's like not memorizing because you created it, right? You're the creator of that acronym, so it just comes to you, right?
Yeah, it comes naturally, but some don't. I'm telling honestly, all acronyms don't come to me. Because if we don't use the acronym of Mumukshutva or we don't use the acronym of spiritual, it will be there in the subconscious. It will be there as part of the memory. But we have registered, we cannot recall it.
My one more thing. So my question is, when I say I'm seeking, mukshitva, the English word is seeking, right? Seeker, right?
No, Jigyasu is seeker. Mumukshutva is lover.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, then let me tell you. Okay, then it's okay. I was thinking, okay.
Mumukshutva is the deep love and longing for God and liberation.
Acha. Okay, sir. Is there any difference between when you seek and search? You should know exactly, because you all say that a story of somebody going out and searching for something which they lost inside the home. So somehow, मुझे ये सब questions bother me. I'm asking on a Wednesday because yes, there are many realizations, but
So
then
what
there
question?
are
What
also
bothers you? What question is bothering you?
because क्या सीख रहा है और for example हम लोग you said many of your sentences come to me. For example, you have said realization is not an experience, right? So then what is it? What is it then? And then मुझे लगता है कि फिर मैं कैसे realize कर पाएंगे? ऐसे ऐसे कभी कभी बहुत discourage भी हो जाता है.
The job of the mind is to discourage you. The job of the mind is very clear. The mind doesn't want Krishna to become Krishna, because the moment you become Krishna, the mind loses its job. The mind is terminated, sacked. No more salary for the mind. So the mind will stop you again and again and again. The mind pulls us into boga. The mind will distract us with Rolls Royce and Rolex watches. The mind will will take us into drugs. The mind will take us into all kind of things, because the mind is the enemy of enlightenment. So the solution is to remain in consciousness. The solution, I'm telling you one question. It's very easy for me to say, okay, this Zoom call we will do only every Friday. We will stop every day. No use. Why I'm not doing it? Because I feel for the seekers of liberation, for the seekers of enlightenment, this daily dose is so important. Just like we need food to eat every day, we need air to breathe. How much time can you live without air, Krishna? Do you know? How much time?
I don't know, maybe a few seconds.
No,
A
no.
few minutes.
I think if I'm not mistaken, up to
No.
6 minutes. 6 minutes. If the oxygen doesn't reach the brain is still alive. But if you take somebody and put a pillow and stop them from breathing for more than 6 minutes or 10 minutes, they cannot be revived.
Sir, actually, why I asked this also, मुझे 2-3 दिन से मुझे लग रहे थे, with all the immense knowledge you gave us, should I go to a silence and retreat and sit separately for few days? That also मेरे मन में आया, इतना knowledge तो मिल चुका है ना, ऐसे करके.
If you can do it, very good. This is what I did. But sometimes we can't do. No, family commitments are there, social problems are there. We cannot leave and go. If we can leave and go, very good. If you imagine leaving and going into silence for some time, it's so beautiful. Then Sravana, Manana, Nidhi, it can happen. But I don't compel you all to do it, because this is not a journey of compulsion. This is a journey of choice. I'm telling you, my friend, I told him 15 years back that you're wasting. After 15 years in our meeting, he said, I've been running through a mad life for 15 years. So then he said, now in the next 2 years, I will get out of it. He didn't say from today I'm going to get in, and within 2 years I will stop running like this madman. I said, very good. Even that commitment that in 2 years we will stop running is a great achievement. Okay, so my dear friends, Krishna and the rest of you, today's beginner session. So let me close up the beginner session, right? Because there are no questions. 3 more minutes. If anybody wants to ask questions, it's still open. Otherwise, at 8:40 it will close. My dear friends, life, just like Bala asked a question, how can we stop living? You can't stop living. Bala asks, how can I decide how I will die? Whether I will die on the beach, or I will die riding a horse, or I will die when I'm cooking idli. No, you cannot die when you're cooking idli. You cannot decide that. You will die when the soul leaves you, when the soul departs. In that moment, there is death, there is no breath. But we who are in this journey, we must be very clear. Who am I? Why am I here? What am I seeking? We must be real idiots to ignore the truth that death is certain. We must be real idiots to collect and collect and collect and collect and collect material things which we will leave behind. We must be real idiots to think that relationships are the most important thing. Every relationship will end, except the relationship with SIP. Can anybody deny what I'm saying? Can you argue with what I'm saying? But the point is, we know it, but we don't realize it. The problem is not lack of knowledge. The problem is there is no crystallization of knowledge into realization. And as long as there is no crystallization, there can be no realization. As long as there's no realization, there can be no liberation. There can be no unification with the divine. We will come back to earth in a rebirth. We will be reborn, and this will go on and on. You know, the simple thing. Most people think that life don't have purpose. Many big gurus. You go and listen to YouTube of biggest gurus of this world, biggest swamis of this world. They are telling, purpose? What purpose? A fool, man. What purpose? Don't need any purpose, man, you fool. And people start thinking, no need of purpose, no need to find the meaning of life. Then you will live and you will die. You will not find out who am I. And you will not find out why you are here. Then you will be gone and you will be reborn. And this will go on and on and on and on. So it is for each one of you. Last question will be AMSIP before we close. It is each one of you to reach that state of awakening, that state of spiritual awakening, that state of realization. So we have 2 questions. We have Ahimsip and Sonia Sharma. If Sonia Sharma wants to speak, Administrator Sonia Sharma put her hand up before 8:40. So Sonia Sharma can speak after Ahimsip. Yes.
Shivoham Guruji. Guruji,
Shivoham.
is in silence or being in tranquility, is it same or it's different?
When you're in silence, you experience tranquility.
Okay.
What is tranquility? Tranquility is a state of shanti, peace, and try. So there, they're all just playing with the grammar.
Okay.
The moment there is tranquility, you will experience silence. For example, you cannot be in a disco and say, "बहुत peace है, बहुत tranquility है, बहुत." Can you have silence in a disco?
No.
No. So with so much noise, how can there be tranquility and peace in a disco?
No, my question was coming from the point like if we are sitting in silence or if we are alone in a room and soft bhajans are being played and we are just lying and listening to it. So we are having peace of mind and everything. So these two can be forms of meditation or not?
The answer to this question is, in both cases, the goal is consciousness. If we are not in consciousness, both are bakwas.
Right.
Get my point? What is consciousness? Consciousness is you should be aware of what you are listening in the bhajan. You should be present in that silence. You should be a witness. You should be an observer. That consciousness is everything.
Got
If
it.
consciousness is not there, then what happens? Mind is wandering here and there. How does it benefit you? So the challenge is, because when you're in consciousness, then you're reaching that state of awakening. You're reaching that state of samadhi. You're reaching that state of eternal bliss. So you need to practice consciousness. You need to work on your consciousness.
Thank
Whether you're in silence or whether you're listening to soft music, that doesn't matter. Last question, Sonia Sharma. Sonia Sharma. Are you there, Sonia Sharma? Unmute, please. Sonia Sharma.
Yes, yes, I'm there.
Yeah, please ask.
Pranam Guruji.
Uh-huh.
My question is that whenever we do our worldly responsibilities of being in a family, how can we remain in the consciousness and be attached to our own self while performing our duties as a
It's
mother?
not. It's not very easy. But if you are able to learn the art of consciousness when you're in meditation or silence, when being in consciousness becomes a habit, then you can take care of your child while remaining in consciousness. Now
Okay.
let me explain to you. How old is your child?
My elder one is 16 years and the younger one is 11 years.
So when you are taking care of an 11-year-old and 16-year-old, and you're thinking, these are my children, I am the mother, I have to feed them, I have to do this, I have to do this. In this state, it is not consciousness, it is your ego that is thinking of thoughts.
Ji.
But if you reach that state that I am a divine soul, I am Atma, and my two children also are divine souls, and you are taking care of them, you're the witness, you're the observer, you're not flooded with thoughts. You're taking care of them, you're doing your duty, but it's coming in a state of consciousness. So it's not easy to do it, but you can achieve it.
Ji. Ji, thank you
I hope,
so much, Guruji.
I hope you
It means,
understood.
yes,
I hope you
yes,
understood.
definitely, yes.
See,
I got the point. Thank you
okay,
so
thank
much.
you, Sonia. So just to end with what Sonia's question is, and even with Ahimsa, both of them asked the same question. What is our ultimate goal if we want to succeed in this call? Being in consciousness. And I've taught you all not just Chit, but Sat Chit. Because when you are in Chit consciousness and you're locked with Sat, then you will be in Sat Chit Anand. Sat plus Chit automatically creates Anand. But when you're trying to be in Chit and there's no Sat, then the mind is feeding you with some garbage. Then the man enters and Mithya enters and it becomes Man Mithya Dukha. But if you are in Chit of Sat, automatically Anand will come. You don't need to search for Anand. But you have to work on your Chit consciousness and you have to be in Chit of Sat. The Chit of Sat means the consciousness of the truth. And in that state of consciousness of the truth, you will enjoy what is called eternal bliss in truth consciousness. Namaskars. With folded hands, I will see you tomorrow at 8.